that a real question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've been at the beach all day today, so we're kind of tired as we're telling you that. Oh gosh, I don't I don't know who I would want to meet. Um, do you know who you would want to meet?
What, Dave?
Because I'll turn it over to you while I'm thinking.
What's the question again?
If you could meet anyone from the past, present, or future, who would it be?
Probably past.
Okay, who would it be?
Anyone I want to be.
We really are tired.
I'd want to be a baseball player.
Okay.
Want to be a baseball player. I'd want to play for the New York Yankees.
Who would you like to meet?
Oh, meet?
Meet, yeah.
Mickey Mantle.
Okay.
There you go.
Mickey Mantle.
Why is that?
Because he's my favorite player.
Okay.
And I wanted to play with him on the Yankees. Of course, never got the chance,
But you met him.
but I met him. But that was a quick meet. I wanted to, sit down, talk to him, play with him, see really what he was like. What was his background? How were his parents? Things like that. So that's what I want.
Sweet.
Can we tell the baseball story?
Sure.
Okay. When he met Mickey Mantle, it was when he was playing in El Paso. I was playing in El Paso, and he got an autographed baseball, and he had on there "Best wishes, Scott," and then signed Mickey Mantle. So when Scott got older, we gave him the baseball. To this day, Scott cannot find it, and it is worth a lot of money because it has Mickey Mantle on it, even though it has "Best wishes, Scott." And when we were staying at their home a couple of months ago, we went through his treasure chest under the bed and still could not find the baseball. I feel like we're in a part of the movie The Sandlot. But anyway, we figure it's Scott's ball. He can do what he wants with it. Who I would want to meet, would be, there's different times in history when I think it would really be great. One of them would be when the Saints came to Salt Lake, not trekking across, but when they would come to Salt Lake to see how a new free land, and to set up the government and make sure people had homes, and just the whole thing. I guess I would want to be the welcome wagon when the Saints came through the canyons to this. And probably my great-grandmother. She lived in a polygamous relationship. She was the first wife, and according to my grandmother, who told us kids' stories all of her life, and I could ask her questions, and her mother was just a saint to her, and she was married to a mission president, and she pretty much was a queen bee over the other wives, but I think it would be my great-grandmother.
Sweet. What is your proudest achievement?
Mine is our 4 kids. They each one of them had different desires, and you could see it in their young years, and being able to be their mother, would be the best thing. There, there were tragedies along the way, but there were good times. And I know if anything ever happened, they would all be together. When Brent passed away, they were together. Jamie and Kevin became very strong over that together, and so I would say having those kids.
Awesome.
Is that an achievement?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to go along with that, with the kids. I mean, they all have different personalities. They all have their strengths. They all have their weaknesses, but they do come together. And, I just think that that'd probably be the best thing. I just can't think of anything else.
You achieved a lot. You achieved a lot.
I would say I achieved getting my college degree with Elaine's help, getting my degree, which was very important, to fall back on, because a lot of people don't have that chance, with a lot of professional athletes who don't have the degree. And once they're done, some are fortunate to get into something else, some can't. But I think that's probably one of the things, fulfilling that, getting the only college degree in my family. And if it wasn't for Elaine helping me out, so that's probably one of the...
I even took some of his classes.
What was your degree in?
That's it.
What was your degree in?
Oh, physical education, recreation minor, and I had 3 units to go to get a psychology minor.
Sweet.
So,
what was it like to watch your children graduate from high school, college, have kids? Like, what are some memories that you have of watching your kids accomplish things?
They all excelled different ways, and every step of the way we kind of knew which way they would go, just by their personalities and everything. And with Kevin, he loved sports. Scott was picking daisies out in outfield, but Kevin was the one that we knew would really excel. I mean, as a 2-year-old, he was, well, we brought the tee home to have Scott practice, and then Kevin just wham, on that tee, and he was like 2 years old. So Bob pretty much made sure that he had what he needed, and he would, we made sure that he had a throwing coach and all these other things, and Bob gave him a lot of advice, and we knew he would go far. He played pony, is what we didn't have little league, we had pony baseball, and he had to fight his way to get on a good team, because there is so much what's the word I want? When we moved here, it was a small community, so you had certain people who made sure that their kids did things before somebody else. Their parents got involved in stuff. Well, like my kids got privileges at Hart because I worked there. It was the same thing with the sports. And so Kevin made some really good friends throughout this. But then he made the decision when he was done. Not everybody likes playing in the minors, and he was away from home, and Kevin was always a homebody. He liked his own bed and he liked to just be alone, and nothing wrong with that. And then with Scott, we knew he would excel in school. And one reason why we moved from San Fernando Valley out to Santa Clarita was basically for the kids to have a better education. And and Jamie was 6 months old when we moved here. And, you know, the schools were great. It's not like it is now. The schools were great. And she excelled in sports. I mean, when she put herself into something, she stuck by it. And then when she had mastered it, she would drop it and go on to something else. I mean, she was in gymnastics in a special little group of kids, and she excelled with that until she got what she wanted. Then she just kept going. Whenever she wanted something, she went after it. And then with Brent, I even forgot what the question is. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Achievements or things that your kids have. How did that make you feel? What was it like to watch those things?
Well, they kept us going because you have to go here, there, and everywhere. With Jamie's gymnastics, it's like with the Taekwondo now with Emmy. You've got these meets that are different places, and same thing with Kevin, and then with Brent, he started in sports, but he really wasn't sure. Brent was a little mama's boy, and we, I think, of things that we may have not done for him. He made poor choices, but I really feel that Heavenly Father just wanted him to get a body and come back. And he achieved it. So.
How about you, Bob?
I think with Jamie, she would go from one thing to another. I know she worked in a real estate office. She was a massage therapist. She wanted to do this. She wanted to go into the police academy, which she did, and she got out of that. Then she found an interest by working in the school system, being a special ed. Now she's an assistant principal at Canyon High School. So she's gone from one extreme to the other in sports and stuff. And Kevin, he just excelled in sports. He just loved it. But I think he also lost his desire for it, and he was tired of the traveling, tired of the bus rides, tired of the politics. And then he tells me one day he wants to be a police officer, which he achieved. And now he's a police officer and he's doing well. Scott, I think his degree was in merchandising, I believe, or like
Advertising.
Advertising. So you knew he was going to go along that line, which being in the theater business, he's done some of that stuff, setting up different events, promotions. So they've all achieved their goals. They've all graduated, which I think Jamie has the only master's. So that was, fulfillment of one anyway. It took a lot of work, but she got it done. So she did complete that. So they've all had their different ups and downs, but they've also achieved their goals. And that's the one thing that Brent likes sports somewhat, but I think he would have excelled because they like to do woodworking. He wanted to be a carpenter, so never got the chance, unfortunately, but I think that's the way he wanted to go, because I remember one night he asked me about what colleges can I go to or be a carpenter. I said, well, you go to a trade school and learn. So I think he would have gone that route. But, unfortunately he didn't get a chance. But, okay.